I don't know how to start this video, so a bunch of stuff running through my head all at once. I know that the area, this community, you get a sense that people think that we're poor and we have no choice but to live in poverty. So we live in a little tiny house that I built for $5,000. Now, the community doesn't know how much I spent on this place. Well, I mean, a couple people do, but I don't know, maybe that rumor has spread. They see the property. It was run down a lot when I first moved here, but then they see the camper and you know, they just see things, and you know, they think I'm poor. They don't think I make any money. So, you know, I start working on lawnmowers in the area, and of course, you know, you get the charity work. People want to give you charity work, which is fine by me. I mean, if they want to think I'm poor and they want to give me work for whatever reason, that's fine. But what they fail to see is Carolyn and I live pretty comfortably. We never missed a meal, never missed a payment, and we never, ever, since her and I have known each other, worried about money. Not once. We're debt free. YouTube has crashed on me. I mean, we're not hardly making anything on YouTube, but that's okay. It didn't hurt us at all. Not saving as much as we used to, but we're still doing okay. And even though that the revenue dropped on YouTube, and it was simple to still stay on the property without having to go work for an employer, all I had to do was just pick up a lawnmower to do to repair, you know, a customer's lawnmower. And really, that didn't even cost anything. All I had to do, I mean, I bought some tools, but just hang a sign, post it on Facebook, and people started bringing me their lawnmowers. Now, I get it in the YouTube comment section too, that it's pathetic that an old man like me has to live in a shed with a bed. But I don't have to. I mean, I want to. And that's the difference. So, years ago, my grandma bought 20 acres, and she'd see a tree like that. This was still pretty solid, and she knocked them all down. We walked through the woods all the time. She would just knock down these little trees that had died. So I have given this a lot of thought. Well, there's a toy drive going on next door, and every car that has pulled into this toy drive has been basically a brand new car. Probably nothing over 5 years old, at least. All of them, I would imagine, are still taking payments, you know, still paying payments. And that lady threw her trash out, and it is just everywhere. What is that? Water bottle package? Who knows? My goodness, what a mess. So anyway, they you know, they got these new cars, and they're getting free toys. But you know, they can't afford a $20 toy. Now, if I had a kid that was still in the toy collection time, I could afford a toy. As a matter of fact, I didn't know about this toy drive until it was too late. They collected the toys earlier this month. If I'd have known about it, I even told Carolyn, well, next year, let's make sure that we get a toy for that toy drive. So here I am, the poor guy in the neighborhood. According to everybody in town, I'm the poor guy collecting toys, or buying toys, for the people that have brand new cars. Now, they look at me and they see a 10-year-old car. I already said this, at a tiny house, and you know, so I thought it was kind of funny. They're literally pulling out of a driveway, picking up free toys in their brand new car, looking at my house and saying, look at that poor idiot. And you know, it confuses me how people think. I mean, life is not that hard. It really isn't. I mean, I understand that it takes a while to learn how to navigate life. And I had a problem navigating it. I was in debt. I understand it. But once you get to an age, you should think, here's the problem. I've spent 15 or 20 years in debt, and I don't have to be. I don't need that $200,000 house. I don't need that $80,000 or $90,000 car, whatever they cost nowadays. AI says some people are paying upwards or more than $800 a month for a car. And my car's fine. And the thing is I'll probably never buy another one. That old truck of mine, I bought new. I paid it off as fast as I could. Maybe a year and a half. And of course, it's broke down a few times. Not broke down, but had codes and things. Even if I spent $800 a month for a couple months, I'd still be a lot cheaper than buying a new car. So I just found it funny. So I asked AI, what is up with this? And I said, we live in a very poor town, Missouri. And it initially said, well, people need to get to work because we live so far out away from any place that has a job that they get a car. And I thought, yeah, that's not what I was asking. What I was asking is, how can they call me poor while they're at the toy line, the charity line? And it rephrased it. It understood what I was saying then. And it says, well, they compartmentalize. What they do is they say things like, well, we may be poor, but at least we're not that guy. And the thing is it's just, well, I mean, I don't want to give you a bunch of my information because people always hold that against me. And I don't know why. I guess because they are the guy who says, well, at least I'm not that guy. And then they realize this guy, I mean, I don't struggle at all. I don't like spending money. If a big bill comes up, I hate it. But we can. When the car breaks down and it needs a $400 repair, oh, I don't want to do that. But you know what? No big deal. I don't even have to get the credit card out. I just pay it. Generator died the other day, $250. Oh, but I paid it. What I find interesting is I don't even think people realize, $250. That's not a lot of money. To me, it is. It's just, I don't want to pay that much. So, it says that most people can't even afford, I think it said 61% of the people of the country couldn't afford $100 or $1,000 emergency right now. And it doesn't take a lot to make a $1,000 emergency. A car breaks down. I don't know what a water heater costs, but maybe a plumbing issue, a medical expense, and they can't afford it. So people live on a hope and prayer that things don't go wrong. And when it does, what I've noticed is people will immediately start blaming others and start asking others for help. It's never their fault. But if you need a big monster diesel truck so you can rev around town, smoking the place up, so you can get back and forth to work, it's not about logic anymore. It's all about status. And people criticize me for not having friends. I don't want to hang around with people. Okay, so I don't want to hang around with people, which gives me the ability to not spend any money in life. I don't need to spend money because I'm not trying to impress anybody. But you with your friends, you're spending thousands of dollars a month to impress people. So they don't look across at the street at you and say, at least I'm not that guy. What difference does it make if they think that you have money or you don't have money? What difference does it make? But that's the way people think. They think that I have to impress my friends so they don't say, well, at least, don't get me wrong, I don't like the idea that people look at me as a poor person. I don't like it. But it doesn't affect my life at all. What difference does it make? As a matter of fact, when I say to the town, hey, I'm going to start repairing lawnmowers, It actually helps me that people think I'm poor. They give me their lawnmowers. Now, if I was rich and had a big fancy car and I said, hey, I'm gonna start working on lawnmowers, nobody would give charity work. Oh, okay, I'll remember that when my mower breaks down. Well, dude, you got that mower that's been sitting out in your backyard for 6 months. You want that one fixed? Nah, you can sit there. I don't even have to ask. They just bring it to me. Oh, this one's been sitting in the yard for 6 months. I don't know, you want it? You want to fix it? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the concept of keeping yourself poor just so you can look at somebody else and say, well, at least they're more poor, when you actually have no idea what they are. I mean, I've never asked for money in this town. I've never went to a charity. The food shelter, maybe last spring. I guess it was last spring. They posted free cottage cheese, and they wanted to give it away quickly because it was going to go bad. Well, on Facebook, I just liked it. I just liked it, and I moved on. I wasn't going to go out there and get food. I don't need it. Poor people need it, not me. I don't need it. And she messaged me and says, you want some cottage cheese? And I said, oh, no, we're fine. You give it to people who need it. She said, nobody's coming to get it. And I don't want it to rot. Come get it. I said, but I'm not in a situation where I need it. I don't need it. And she kind of got, I don't want to say snotty, stern. Maybe that's the word. I'm telling you, if you want cottage cheese, just come and get it. Okay, so we went up and got it. But that's the only time we've ever went up and got cottage cheese or anything. Only because the lady that runs the place asked us or ordered us to come get it. So, you know, I kind of find it funny. I know people. This is what's really strange. I know people who I don't think need it. You know, they have the car. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. They have the car, they have the stuff. And they go and get food from the charity. And then they come home and it's not what they like, so they throw it away. Wait a minute, why are you throwing that away? Somebody could use that. And I'm just using this as an example. I know it's a terrible example, I understand, but when the dogs first arrived, they were starving to death. I mean, just Red was on her deathbed. I don't think she'd have lasted another 2 days. And you could feed them anything. They would eat anything. You could tell they didn't want it, but they ate it. Dry dog food, just whatever we had. And they were eating it. Well, now they're all full and much richer. It's hard to get them to eat anything. I mean, they're spoiled, rotten. Carolyn's like cooking meals for them now. So it shows you that the people who are getting this food and just throwing it away didn't appreciate what they got. You know, they're rich. They didn't need it. If you're hungry, you eat. You eat it all. So, look, here's I guess the lesson of this video. I had a whole different video in mind, but when I saw that and I made this video, the lesson is if you think, here's two things I guess. If you think you have to go to a toy drive to get toys, but you're driving a car that's less than 5 years old, and you know, this is going to sound rude, but the truth of the matter is you need to downsize your life. You need to stop worrying what everybody else thinks about you and worry about yourself, worry about your kids, not that status symbol sitting in your driveway that you got, you know, to keep washed every day. I don't wash that truck. It gets dirty, it'll rain. And the second thing is if you're going to judge somebody else that, well, at least I'm not that guy, don't be surprised if that guy's richer than you. I heard a story one time, don't know how true it is. Guy on the side of the road, always collect change every day, collect change. And, you know, everybody assumed he was homeless. Well, he goes into the car dealer one time, wants to buy a new truck. And the dealer knew who he was. So I'm not selling you a truck, man. You stand on the side of the road. He said, I'll pay cash for it. So they gave him a brand new truck, cash. So you may not want to judge the guy. I mean, that was kind of a trickery. I mean, rich guy standing on the side of the road. But you may not want to judge a guy. He may surprise you. So if you'll click this up next box to take you to a video over to my other channel, we'll really appreciate it. Go check it out. So if I can inspire you to stop spending money. Everybody's talking about how poor the economy is. Well, if you're that poor, you don't need a new car. Thanks for watching.